Bang, bang. Hello. Hello, hello. It's bright in here. And it's warm. And the dogs are barking. Let me close this door a little bit here. And this is going away. It's too hot. Subject. Hey, Texas. Let's get thrown like a three-neck goat. Off. Nice. Red. Yeah, they're 2.5 hours. But if you haven't seen the second one, it's got Eva Green in it, and she is so freaking hot in the movie. The 3D is pretty crazy with her coming out of with her boobies. Woo, it's warm. Having a 4-day weekend, trying to be lazy, but I'm doing pretty good, but, you know, it could be better. Ah, it's Dirk. Hello there. Hello. So I'm back on Bang. Oh. So I saw a few movies yesterday and today. Watch some newer movies. One that's coming to Shudder. I think it's a Chinese kind of movie. It's not really a zombie movie, but it's kind of like an infection movie. Yeah, Red. Sin City 2 is definitely not as good as the original, but Eva Green makes it pretty good. Oh, hey, Rye. Yeah, I'm not saying I won't order. I haven't as of yet, and I'm leaning not to ordering because of the cost. There's really not that many titles I'm super interested in. One I am, but we'll see about that. So, one movie that I would suggest if you're really interested in a crazy horror film, it's called The Sadness, and it'll be on Shudder at some point. And Sleepaway Camp or Sleepaway Slasher. Oh, never heard about The Third Day. But The Sadness, it's they're not zombies, but basically it's almost like they have it's almost like they're saying it's like the coronavirus, and people weren't serious about it, and it kind of mutated, or it was basically like a flu kind of virus, but then all of a sudden it mutated into some like rabies, crazy stuff. John, hey, Inferno and Prowler, both. I'm more into Inferno than the Prowler, but both of them are really good. Inferno mainly for the music and just the visuals, but Prowler is decent. But well, look who got the great Tombs of the Blind Dead. Yeah, it's good. I bought that years ago on a double disc. It was like a flipper. It had Tombs of the Blind Dead and Return of the Blind Dead on it, on the other side. And I like them really both. I think the second one, I really enjoy the second one better right now. But once I get the new Blu-ray, I'll revisit the first one. And Ghost Galleon, I know most people shit on that one, but I like that one. I'm not a big fan of Night of Seagulls. Yeah, Inferno, the music and the visuals, the story is a little, I would say weak, but everything else makes up for it. Adam's 80 fan says, I bought Chucky season 1, and I was surprised how much that was a decent show. So pretty decent. You would think that they would really water that down or do something, but they didn't. At some points it's they amped it up, but yeah, there's 4 original. Somebody made a new one within the last 10 years or so, but it was really ridiculous. It was a post-apocalyptic Blind Dead movie, which I'm not sure why you would need to do that. But there are 4 of them. To me, the last one is the weakest, but maybe that's just me. Ghost Galleon is usually cited as the weakest one, but not in my opinion. But these. No, I'm not getting the Funhouse 4K. I'm good with the Blu-ray. Dana probably will, but I'm okay with the Blu-ray that I got years ago from Arrow. Put it out, but sadness. These not zombies, but infected people are just super violent. And like there's a bunch of them holding down a guy, breaking his arm like really bad, and then there's a couple of them raping a guy. And it's just really insane what these things do. These infected people do, and I would definitely. It's really bloody and gory, so it's pretty. It hits all the check boxes, and so I would definitely be on your radar in the future. If you look on certain places, you might find it now, but it's up to you. The other one is a sequel to an Australian movie called Wormwood Apocalypse, which I think Wormwood came out. The original one came out 7 years ago or so. Hey, Darren. But I hear my boy barking. Let me go see. Let's go see. Brandon Wee. Come on, Bubba. Are they remaking Hellraiser? Yes, I believe they are, with a female Pinhead, which I believe that's the way it was supposed to be. Rye's asking, is the sadness in English or is it subtitled? It is subtitled, but I mean, there's a lot of films out there. I know sometimes it's rough with subtitles, but it's definitely worth it in a lot of cases. I was watching this Samurai. It's a trilogy called Samurai 1, 2, and 3. I think it's from the 50s, and the first one was pretty decent and wasn't overly long, which was great. So I'll probably watch the other entry of that. They got 2 more, but yeah, Wormwood is pretty good. You don't really. I guess you would help if you saw the original, but the second one is. You probably get the gist of it. But, yeah, Australians it's still got the Mad Max kind of feel to it. Red's asking about zombies. Have you heard of Island of the Dead? We talking about the Bruno Mattei movie? I've seen that one, but it's been a while. That's for sure. But if I'm thinking of that one, or is it called like Zombies the Beginning or something weird? Best deals. Now here's the thing. I watched another guy on here on YouTube. His name's, I think it's called like Disconnected, and he has a point that really the good deals are on the UK site, not the US. Of course, you will have to pay a good amount of money for shipping, and so you would have to spend like $100 to get, to make sense of spending that much. So you're not going to want to buy 1 or 2 movies from the UK site, because there's some movies that are not on the US site. The movie that I would like to get is not on the US site. Now I could get the movie from Diabolic, but it's like $36 or something, which is a little bit too much. Oh. Well, Red. Yeah, I think it was 2005 or so, but I think I have seen it, but it's been a while. I'd have to look it up to make sure it's the right movie, because I get confused. John's asking, Curse Films doing a Cannibal Holocaust for season 2. I did not saw the Wizard of Oz. I haven't watched it yet. I know, yeah, there is. If you get the Blu-ray, I forgot which Blu-ray I have, but you can. I think it's Shameless or something. But anyway, the Blu-ray has an option to watch that without the animal violence, which definitely would be the way to go. Oh, all right, Dirk. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about the new intro is it's got a picture of me when I had this blemish right here, and it looks horrible. But anyway, so Dirk is asking about the best deal. So let's just look on the old website. But there's one more thing. I got this in today. Santo. It's 8 movies. X-Ray, I can't answer that right at the moment. I can only think about 6. Fan of Eli? I don't know, but I would guess within the next 6 months or so. But all of these movies, which I did not know when I ordered it, are the monster movies, or at least the ones in color. And the dubbing is really bad. They did this dubbing, I think, for or at least El Rey, Robert Rodriguez's network, or at least somehow he got a. But the dubbing was done recently because none of the movies had been dubbed before, I don't believe. So the dubbing is really a below average. But, it is what it is, right? Yeah, that's a good place to get the Bava. I got the whip and the body from the from the Kino sale. Absolutely, X-Ray. Definitely when they're fighting monsters is the best. So let's take a look. Now I could not get to the UK site unless I went into a private window on Firefox. What the fudge? Easter sale. Make sure that I'm in here. Let me. Shoot. Let's see here. They do got some decent deals. Now, I was told that, it's around 9 pounds is around $11. I think I have, John. I think I have seen WrestleManiac with Rey Mysterio Sr. It's been a long time, but I seem to recall watching that. So, this is the UK site, if I can ever find my correct windows. So, the one I really want is Battle Royale, the 4K edition. Even though I got the Blu-ray, I got the giant Blu-ray set. But, I'm kind of interested in it. I'm not sure if it would be worth the upgrade or not. But 18 pounds, which is around $22. But $23 something. But you can't get it on the US site because obviously this movie's not it's not something they want to release here officially because of the theme of, having high schoolers kill each other on an island is probably not a good thing. Well, thank you, Dirk. He's got the calculator. But again, if you want to purchase a good amount of this, it'd be worth your money. Then you have True Romance, 15 pounds. So what? 13. I mean, it's around maybe $20, under $20. The Last Matinee, which you can get from like Vinegar Syndrome, but either way, it's a really good movie. One thing about, of course, 4Ks don't have region lock, so that'd be an option. Yeah, I have to use the calculator or go online to figure it out. Now I'm getting the jitters from the energy drink. So if you're asking me which ones would be good, I guess I would definitely say Battle Royale. If you've never seen it, it is kick ass. And I mean, if you're buying this and you don't have, but the thing about the Blu-ray here, let's take a look. I don't know if it's region locked. So yeah. So might be if you don't have a region-free player, probably not be a good idea. But if you do, definitely. This one is not. Obviously, you can see it's subtitled, but man, if you've seen Last Matinee, it's really kick-ass. Oh, yeah, Dirk. I need to revisit that, but I don't want to watch that director's cut with all the bullshit at the beginning with the kids playing basketball or whatever the hell that was. I just want to watch the movie. I'll probably watch the original theatrical cut. The one thing I don't have is the version I got does not have the Battle Royale 2, which I'm not missing anything really, because that's not a great movie, based, not as good as the first one. This one I'm not. I mean, 30 pounds that could add up, but one thing about Arrow, you earn points, and you can use these points for discount. And I had bought from them for a while and never used them, and so I used them a while back. Well, so they got some good the policey movies or gangster movies. So, but I'm not. Again, I'm not. I mean, I like them sometimes, but I'm not like a super obsessed about them. I know Blind Beast. I don't know, but not a big fan of this one. Dana is, but not me. Is that Tag, John? Where they kind of, a bunch of them get decapitated, this bus, and some force cuts it off. It's a real weird movie. Hey, Darren. Yeah. Sometimes. Another one, if you've not seen it, it's kind of disturbing, but Old Boy. It's even the remake with James Brolin was not that bad. But obviously the Korean version. This guy, I got the original Arrow Blu-ray set that came with all three. Oh yeah, yay! Tag, which is a weird movie, but anyway, all three of the movies are really good. But Old Boy is like really beyond good. It's got so many really cool things about it, but it gets a little creepy at some point, but it's basically a long game story of revenge. But I would suggest that if you're into cinema. I mean, it's subtitled. I do think it has a English track, which is not too bad. And if you missed out, I guess you could get Phantom of the Mall, but I just don't think it's that great. But Switchblade Sisters, we're talking about $11. Definitely a good grindhouse type of movie. I bought it a couple like 6 months to a year ago, and still haven't watched my copy of it. And then you got the Shosco, but again, 100 pounds is probably over what you can get it for on Amazon, so definitely not that. If you don't have Nightmare City, that's one you get. I don't think so, Dirk. I don't think you get free shipping. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think people in the UK can get free shipping, possibly, but not out of this country. It was nice to see Phantom of the Mall in a Blu-ray edition, because I've only seen it on like VHS rips and stuff, and so it was good to see it really cleaned up, but it's not something I need to see. Nightmare City would be recommendation. Oh, I ain't logging in. But, I mean, again, I probably I already have another version of it. I forgot who released it, but it could have been Arrow. Not sure about Brotherhood of Satan. I need to rewatch that. This is the Vengeance trilogy, but this is what I have, but it's a different box. But it's the Blu-ray. So if you're unsure of it, you might just go for the 4K, but I can't say how good the quality is. Yeah. Yeah, you're just like, hey, I need to see that again. I forgot it. I hear a lot of people are big Tremors fans, but I'm not a big one. So, but 4K, there it is. Blood and Black Lace. If you don't have that one, definitely suggest getting that. Now, of course, some of these Blu-rays you're gonna have to be aware and check if you don't have a region-free player. That's the thing about the Blu-rays on Arrow UK. So we'll go over a little bit of this and then switch over to the US if you want to look at that. But of course, Demons. I would probably go for. I got the Arrow set. Dana got the Synapse set. So if you hadn't got it, I would get the Synapse set. Coffee. Did I?
Well, I can't find him.
Is he? Gosh. And then some of these, like Sister Street Fighter, I got it off off Amazon super cheap. So there he is.
He came in.
Oh.
Sammy, go back in.
Yeah, you might look for that on the Arrow site or at Amazon. Let me close this door a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Your bubbles on your computer were going nuts.
Were they
Like-
agitated?
No, they were just like flying around like super fast.
Yeah, they do that.
Oh, I guess it messed up. Yeah. Cruising is a kind of a Giallo in the gay scene of the 70s by William Friedkin. Definitely, if you have never seen it, I would, obviously I probably wouldn't pick it up unless you got a region-free player. But they do have a U.S. version of it. It's definitely worth watching. It's a little disturbing. Joe Spinell's in it. He's extra greasy.
He shows up in the gay.
He's like a gay.
S&M bar.
So, yeah. What's my dog's name? Well, it depends. I have 5 of them. Got 2 Bassets. One's named Sammy. One's named Brandon. Brandon is he's an older white dog, white Basset. Reggie is a pit bull boxer mix. Darcy is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and we have Brink, who is a weenie dog Dachshund Jack Russell mix. At least that's the way she looks. One Cut of the Dead is not bad. If you've not seen that one, it's a pretty fun movie. I don't want to spoil anything about it, but it's definitely. No, Alexander, probably not going to get Henry 4K. I just don't. That's not a feel-good movie of any sort. It's very depressing. But, to each his own. People on the Stairs. I mean, some of these prices are great, but you got to have a region-free player. Some of them might be Region A, but not all of them. So, Audition, some others. Obviously, yeah, I mean, it's a money thing. It's also a rights thing. They don't want certain people, outside the UK to play these. But, I mean, people are selling region-free players, so I don't know. And 4K is not. So I mean, if you're interested in 4K, yeah, I mean, definitely you could look through Arrow and figure out the 4Ks. Let's go to the US so we can see a little bit better. Now these are all sorted by price. I mean, there's some good. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. But anyway. I've not seen any of the Battle Without Honor and Humanity movies, but yeah, at some point, I mean, if you're just getting a Blu-ray player, probably can get one for like $200. Dana got one. It's a region-free Blu-ray player and a 4K player. Yeah, Matt, definitely agree that it's not very much of a sale on here at all. Brittany Angel. No, I sure haven't. I've never run into those individuals. So, I mean, Audition, I mean, you could probably look into Amazon and compare prices. Audition I don't have a physical copy. Actually, I do. I have a DVD of it. But it's a really good movie, but I don't know. It's not, I don't know. For me, I'm not going to rewatch it a lot. So, but, you know, if you don't have it, it may be something. Now, here's one that I would really recommend. I don't know, Matt, or Dirk, I'm sorry. It's just, you try to figure it out. Weigh the weigh the shipping. I think the shipping's going to cost you $20 or something now. But, you know, I have no clue why this is doing that with this black bar. But anyway, Female Prisoner Scorpion, the whole box set, awesome movies. Some of them are better than others, but they're overall very good. Peaky Violent movies, which is basically this kind of like a female-driven, female violent movies, gangsters and all kinds of. But there's the first one or the second one has really cool Giallo colors, blue, red, really stylistic. It's amazing. So $40 for that is not too bad. Thank you. Let's see how many. I think you get 4 movies. And here's the one. Oh, well, they're saying that Beast Stable. So I think you get 4 of them. So I would definitely suggest that. Yeah, there's the 4 of the. Is it good on those Giallo sets? Now, I don't think so. I think you could find the individual films cheaper. So you have 3 films, and they want $40. Well, I would price it out. But if you don't have any of these films, probably a good deal for 4. Especially when this one goes for around 20, The Possessed, and the other 2's probably are close to it. So, yeah, in this sense, it'd probably be good. A good deal. Yeah, I think there's something. I used a VPN trying to get into the Arrow UK site, and it still didn't work. So there's something in the browser that's doing it. No, I mean, it's not bad if you don't have any. I don't have The Possessed, and I need to watch that. I've watched some of it, but not. And it is a subtitled film, but, you know. And there's some more Giallo sets. Did I pass the other one? Oh, yeah, let's look at the actual yellow. So if you don't have... If I have 2 of these movies, it's definitely not something I want to rebuy, obviously. So, but Torso is amazing to me. Strip Nude for Your Killer with Edwin Fenech. Edwin Fenech is a really fun movie. And What Have You Done to Our Daughters is a pretty. I mean, it's to me, of my opinion, it's the weakest of the 3, but still not bad. So if you don't have any of these films on Blu-ray, definitely would be worth $40. 88 Films. I'm getting. Off subject, but or off topic. I'm getting that Dragons Forever 4K because I've not got a physical copy of Dragons Forever, so I definitely want to get one. So I would suggest those Giallo sets if you don't have any of the movies. If you have 1 or 2 of one set, obviously I don't know. I wouldn't rebuy them. Not too bad. I mean, I'd have to look and see if you can get it cheaper, but the Hellraiser Arrow Blu-ray is pretty cheap. I mean, reasonable. The Ring movies are not are pretty. Are pretty good. I really the first one obviously is the best. The second one is not is really good as well. But the third one, which is Ring Zero, which is the prequel, obviously is not that good. It's well, I think whoever released the last version of it, it's the best that's ever looked. I'm pretty sure that was Arrow. So I can't really 100% say which is better from memory, but I would say that the Arrow version would look better. Anybody else out here? All day, all day. Have to let them boys out. Yeah. But the Ring movies, really good. The original Ring. The first one is really the best, obviously. So they had a sale at some point, and I got the steelbook of the first one, which I was happy with. Here's Cruising for $17. If you wanted the Shaw Brothers stuff, this is $125 versus 130 something off the UK site. So, but I think you can get it cheaper other places. So, I would look on that. What was that? Hellraiser 2. I don't have the Blu-ray of that. I'm tempted to get this, but I probably won't. But not yet anyway. Django 4K, $25, which I guess that's a pretty good deal for a 4K. And then I heard that the transfer is really good on that. Society, $17. Alice Sweet Alice. Dead or Alive trilogy, which are really crazy Tahishi Mike movies. Yeah. If you don't mind all the melding of skin and weirdness. Versus, I'm a big fan of Versus. If you've not seen this, it's like Evil Dead in a forest. It's kind of weird to kind of categorize it, but it's really fun. I watched it years and years ago, and they came out with a Blu-ray of it. The Blu-ray, they actually filmed slightly new footage, so you can watch the original. I'm not sure if you can switch versions, but either way, it's really fun. Do I? Let's take a look. Hell yeah, 25. We're breaking them down. We're breaking viewership. But Dark Water is pretty good. I mean, they remade it with Jennifer Connelly, but it's part of that cycle of J-horror, kind of. It's not. I would assume it's pretty good. Eaten Alive is okay. I just never got into it. But again, it's not a bad movie. And you get the Django Blu-ray if you didn't want to spend $25. I'm not going to talk about some of these, but Deep Red, obviously, if you don't have, but if you wanted, I would get the 4K of it. If you're into 4K, it's amazing looking. The Blu-ray looks amazing too. This Blu-ray. So either way you go, you're not gonna. Don't torture a duckling, which would be great if it came out in 4K. But either way, this Blu-ray is terrific. So if you don't have that, it's a Fulci. If you only know Fulci from his Gates of Hell, The Beyond, and House by the Cemetery, this movie will you would think it was made by someone else. Crystal Plumage is another great film, 4K out. 5 cents. Hey, there's worse things you could do with 5 cents. Sister Street Fighter, it's like 5 films, and I got the Street Fighter, which is 3 films, but this one has a lot more. But either way, it's all fun karate stuff with the Sonny Chibas in a few of these, and no, they haven't announced the 4K of Beyond yet. Driller Killer. I don't know if I would want that. Flash Gordon on 4K, if you're into that. The complete Sertana set. Some of these movies I've seen and they're not too bad. The spaghetti westerns, but I'm not sure about $40. Depends if you're into it. I mean, there's some good shit here, but Slaughterhouse 5. I've seen it on television a lot back in the old days, but Bloody Birthday. If you haven't got that, that'd probably be one. Really? Cat o' Nine Tails is my least favorite of the 3. Well, I'll be quite honest. I don't really care for Four Flies that much either. But I'm kind of like, I can't really specify which would be the second and third of that. I like them, but I don't really love them. And there's the Initiation you saw up there in the chat. Horror Express, which you can watch on YouTube if you're interested in seeing that. Sergio Martino collection, which again, if you look at some of these, well, no. I don't know. I would price these out because you could probably get them cheaper than $55, maybe. I don't know. By the way, we're going to be recording next weekend for Your Vice's, what is it? Your Vice is a locked room and only I have the key. So I got Suspiria from Bud's, which is was a discount store from Walmart. And man, that was a horrible VHS of that. But I never did watch the end of it, I don't think. It was one of those days where I just fell asleep. If you don't see it with a lot of colors popping out, it's not worth watching. Madhouse. Yeah, definitely is a real weird film. But I think it was made by Europeans and stuff. But is Eyes of Laura Mars an American Giallo? I would consider it American Giallo. Yeah, we did Edge of the Axe. Dana, can you fill in for me for a minute? I gotta run to the restroom.
Okay, but I don't really know what you were talking
We're just talking about stuff on here, but you can just talk about anything. I'll be back in a minute. There's your Blu-ray.
Oh, I almost tripped over one of my dogs. Oh, hey, I'm just filling in for a little bit, so oh, right, the hard guy talking about one that I haven't seen in a long time. I think I've got the DVD of that one. I remember it being pretty good. Oh, Red, I agree with you that the remake of Suspiria was not good. I'm a real big fan of the original, the Argento Suspiria. So, I would, recommend that you try to, see the original Suspiria because it's far can't even talk, superior to that remake. Now, I think Steve liked the remake okay. He didn't dislike it like I did. What am I getting, like, from this sale? Honestly, guys, I don't know if I'll be getting anything from this sale, depending on how long it goes on, because I'm I'm officially broke right now. And I'm getting ready to switch over to a new job, so I'm pretty much waiting for my final paycheck from the old job, so I'll have a little more money, and the money from my extra vacation days I had left over, and then that'll give me a little money, hopefully, to get by until my paycheck comes from the new job. So, Steve, how long is this sale going on?
I don't know. Till the end, I guess till Monday, but I don't know.
Oh, well, then I won't be getting anything from that
There'll be another sale.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there will
be. Let's see here. Yeah, Dirk, about the remake of Suspiria. It's a very weird film. But it's so long too. I think it's 2.5 hours at least. But I find merit in it. Borderline saying save your money. Yeah, Kino Lorber. I'll let her know, Texas. I think she got your text or something. But you know.
Oh, is he talking about it?
Thanks again.
Texas, did you get a chance to look at your candles? I wanted to make sure they arrived to you, not like dislodged or anything like
that. Well, I'm waiting a little longer because of they're coming up with the 4Ks. I'm just getting the 4K for a few dollars more, so I might wait and see if that's a little lower. I mean, see about my damn dogs again. Come on, puppies. Anybody else out here? Ugh, I need a doggy door installed. But, I mean, here's your, have you done to your daughters? And I saw, what have you done to Solange? A decent Giallo. Another good one, if you want to take a chance, is Stray Cat Rock. It's more pinky violence. I'll let her know, Texas. There's some really... Delinquent Girl Boss is really good. There was a set of DVDs that came out, and it was called Pinky Violence Collection, and so there's a few of them in here. But anyway, they're really... It's like girl gangs and stuff. It's really fun stuff. I have it. I'm a big fan of Mother of Tears, even though I know it's kind of... To me, it has some kind of charm of like an 80s movie, an 80s Italian movie. Uh-oh. I think oh, it's Brinky. Let's see. Bird with Crystal Plumage, $25 for the 4K. Definitely worth it. I'm not. I need to rewatch Mill of the Stone Women, but I just still don't think it's worth $35. Maybe there's going to be another version without all these extras, but that's too much. The Deep Red Limited set. You know, if you want to, I got it, but you know, that's one of my favorite films. So, but $40 is quite a lot. There's the Strip Nude for Your Killer. a fun, really sleazy Giallo. There's another film that I watched last night. I watched the first missing One Missed Call, and this movie was about an hour and 50 minutes or so. Tahiji Mike directed the first one, and to me it was more like a kind of a similar, at the beginning, rip-off of The Ring, where people would get phone calls from themselves in the future, and basically it was just the last thing they said before they died or got killed, basically, by unknown forces. But then at the end, it changed into something else, or at least the last 40 minutes or so. But I think a lot of that could have been cut out and got to the good stuff. But, you know, I hadn't seen the other two films. Dana gave me the DVD of it she had in her collection, and so some more Django. But Iguana with the Fire of Tongue is another great Giallo movie. It's not a top tier one, but you know. I did have it at the beginning, Matt, or I'm sorry, Dirk. But I don't know. I mean, for $5 a month, it's at least that's what it was. Then it was not bad. I mean, but a lot of the titles I already have, so I don't know. You know, just too many options for streaming. Maybe at some point. Let's see here. Well, I lost one person, but either way, let's see here. Nah. Here we go. Creepshow 2. There's certain stories in that I liked a lot. But, you know, Mutilator, which if you look on Facebook, they're getting ready to film Mutilator 2, which is kind of... yes. If you're friends with Buddy Cooper on Facebook or whatever, you can see about Cat of Nine Tails. They have a lot of stuff, that's for sure, and yeah, some of them are not that great, but you know, it's a good option to have just because of how many films they have and documentaries and some stuff that you probably wouldn't see. They have a bunch of the French horror movies from the early 2000s up to today. I would suggest checking that out. Frontiers is one of my favorites. It's crazy. There's a new French movie it's a found footage type movie called Therapy. I liked it somewhat. So, I mean, there's some good shit on there. Brick's out there, Danny. All right. Evil Ed, it's a wild movie.
That's a crazy one.
Some Barbara Boucher, The Red Queen, Kills 7 Times. I like that a lot. I would recommend that. Edge of the Axe. It's okay. I think it's unusual, but because of the Spanish made, but supposed to take place in America, so that's kind of weird. Psychomania. I actually got the British Film Institute version of the Blu-ray. This is a fun kind of British. It's basically about a group of bikers who kill themselves and come back to life and stuff. It's pretty fun. Yeah, the French horror stuff. It's got Martyrs on there. It's got all the really good ones. Kill Baby Kill. I mean, it looks good. It's not something that really got me wanting to buy it or rewatch it. It's okay. It's a kind of a ghost story, So it looks really good as far as the visuals and stuff, but it didn't really hit me good. Yeah, Red Queen is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's it's up there. I need to rewatch Bloodstained Butterfly. That's one I keep forgetting. I've watched some of it. It's on Amazon Prime in a really good print, but I've not watched a lot. I can't remember. Beyond the Door is fun. Exorcist kind of rip off. And there's The Possessed. Ringu by itself. I mean, honest, I don't know what. I mean, if you're gonna get one, I guess obviously the original, but man, part 2 is still pretty good. The third one, The Ring Zero, the prequel, is not that great to me, but Deadly Manor, which is another Spanish kind of horror film. I wasn't really into it a lot, but some people maybe. Bloody Stain Orchids is really good too. Or Blood Stain Orchids. So I mean, yeah, I would. That one's kind of neat for a couple reasons, but I can't. I don't know if I'd want to mention the much talked about Torso. Killer Nun is a fun. It is a Giallo, but it has nuns in it, so it's nunsploitation Giallo. The Suspicious Death of a Minor. It's a Martino movie, so it does. Barbara Magoff is in it, looking super young. So this is like early 70s, so before that. Hey, they're both good from Kino. Yeah, definitely. Black Sabbath is fun to watch. I like to watch it in October for Halloween. Cobos is like a low budget movie but they try to. I guess whoever made it was trying to make it look like a Giallo, so it has some of the lighting of that. I don't know if it succeeds. I would probably try to watch it. Maybe it's on Tubi or something. I definitely wouldn't buy it without watching it, but it may float your boat. Yeah, I agree with Darren there. The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, which always seemed to me to be a horror film, but it's not. It's basically a Giallo, but it does have some things. But the poster where somebody's holding a head of a screaming head of a guy, but I like that. I got the Damsels in Distress double set. Caveman movies. What am I seeing here? Well, we're talking about Arrow Cell movies. And Captain Caveman. Who Saw Her Die, which is kind of a weird Giallo about they killed a kid. So, and it's got Lazenby, who was played James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and he's in it. He's looking super skinny. Evil. The girl knew too much. Yeah. Fulci's Black Cat, which it's not as bad as some of his super later work, but I don't really care for it a whole lot. Has Blue Eyes is a weird. Is this Turkish or something? The guy who directed Island of Death, which is a weird. Oh yeah, it's kind of a Greekish movie. Yeah. it's got some weird supernatural shit into it, and a lot of like British. Seems like British horror, or not British horror, but British sex comedy stuff wrapped all up in it. I don't know if it's worth it or not, to be honest. But another strange Giallo is the Pajama Girl case, which is a Giallo. It takes place in Australia. So it's, but it's, I liked it. I like it. I got that version. Uh, Your Vice is a Locked Room, which is a really good. It's a Giallo as well. Some things in it are, it's kind of like a decadent guy invites all these people in and they party and shit and dance, and his wife doesn't like it. And Edwin Finette comes in and she's like his niece or something. But you know, if Edward Finette was my niece, I'd probably be a little handsy with her too. But you know, forbidden ladies above, forbidden photos of a lady above suspicion. I wasn't a big fan of this one, but it's not too bad. It's got Dagmar Lassiter in it, so she's hot. Deadbeat at Dawn. If you've not seen that, that's a that Van Better guy. I would. It's a pretty good movie. Yes. Well, I mean, Death Walks. I'll be honest. I can't remember if I've watched this one all the way. If I have, I've forgotten it. But the one that Death Walks at Midnight is really good. I got the set with both films on it. I need to watch this one. But it's got Susan Scott's in both of them. No Arrow verse stuff. Let me see if this is the one I think it is. I wasn't a big fan of this one, but you know, maybe that's just me. 2000 Maniacs is an insane film. H.G. Lewis. If you hadn't seen that, but there's like a set, you can get all three of the movies, or three kind of that go together or whatever, relatively cheap on Blu-ray. Are these DVDs now? No. There's Death Walks at Midnight. It's got the spiked hand thing there. That I really like this one a lot. The Fifth Chord is a good Giallo, but I don't know. It seems more. I mean, late, kind of has a late 70s feel to it. The way it looks and everything. Yeah, well, 71, so it ain't that late. Yeah, I would definitely, Dirk. I would say those are good options to buy. I would recommend them. One that I like, it's kind of a weird one, is well, I keep saying weird a lot, but I can't help it. Any H.G. Lewis is worth. He agrees. All right. But A Witch Who Came from the Sea. It's not really a Giallo. I don't even know if you would call it a horror film, but it's kind of a journey into madness and murder. Fantasies where she ties muscular man up before bloody dispatching him with a razor. It's a very weird film, but I liked it. I was not a big fan of this Blood Tide because it just was kind of a nothing burger. But for me, is this the? No. Whoa, we made it to the end. This one I was not, I got it, and I was like, shit, it's not a good movie to me. But anyway. So that brings us to the end of the Aerosol. Let's see if I can get back here. That's the end of the Aerosol. Hopefully that gives you... Red, have you seen The Northman or The Spirit? I have not heard anything. Oh, The Spirit. No. Oh, you're talking about the superhero movie, kind of. That was kind of a thing, kind of inspired, or at least the Frank Miller directed it. I liked it. I have it on DVD or Blu-ray. I liked it. A Northman, I haven't. I don't think it's out yet, but it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, Ricky O is definitely a great film of craziness. Hey Dana, you ready?
If I can bring my soup back there.
Sure, why not? It's soup time. It's soup with Dana. So I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna watch Svengoolie. They're showing Ghost of Frankenstein. I haven't seen that in a long time.
The bubbles are going crazy.
I told you that's what was going on. The bubbles. You got a thing?
Yeah. Steve don't want me to mess up his
Here's Dana.
desk pad.
Is everybody in?
Huh? I think everybody's in. Oh, hi again, everybody. Sorry for how I look. I had what was left of a tooth pretty much ripped from my gums this past Tuesday. And I think it's healing, but something must have been irritating it because it was like not severe pain, but just enough pain to... Okay, well I just left it, huh? There we go. Steve was worried about my phone, but anyway, not severe pain, but just enough pain to aggravate me. But I'm supposed to go like Monday for my like post-op visit, so I guess if there's anything going on, they'll give me something extra for it. They gave me antibiotics and all that, so. Hey, Darren. Oh, I look as good. Well, yeah, that's probably true. I look as good as I'm ever gonna look, right? So, I just have been feeling less than my normal self lately, and I was a little aggravated earlier because I was like, I don't know why it's hurting now. It's not like I really got any significant swelling or anything like that. It's just, I guess there was more trauma to this site because they had to remove some bone to be able to get the tooth roots out, and it's just all. Here comes Steve. I thought Steve was going to get ready for Svengoolie.
I got some time.
He's got time to dance around behind me, I guess.
Brandon? You ready to go outside again, Brandon? You been outside
Subjective,
like 4
you
times.
say. I hear they're trying to remake The Crow again with the Skarsgård guy who played Pennywise.
Yes.
Which, although interesting, I was never, and this might be blasphemy to some people, but I was never a big fan of the Crow movies anyway. I guess they
Just the Crow. The first Crow is the only movie. The rest of them are worthless.
Well, I guess that just the Crow thing just wasn't my cup of tea. Steve, did you talk about the Northman and the
Yes.
Spirit?
Here's I got an old DVD of Torso signed by Martino. Somebody got it signed for me. It said, "Don't forget the ascot."
What did they call the ascots again?
Fruit.
Foulets or foulas or something like that. One movie we were watching, they call them that.
Brandon. Because Brandon.
Oh, subjective. It's
Yeah.
Dirk. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Dirk. Because I'm used to seeing you under just Dirk. So he's got a new screen name.
Hey, boy.
Dirk says, "Hell yes, Steve. That's awesome."
I got a Torso poster signed by him too. He was at a Cinema Wasteland back in 2013 that we went to.
Who's that?
Sergio Martino was there.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Did we go in 2013?
Yeah, that was the one we went to. The one we went together with.
I thought that was 2011 was the last one we went.
No, we never went. We didn't go in 2011.
Yeah, we did because that was when we went to Texas. We went to Scarefest, we went to Wasteland, and we went to Texas.
Okay, well then that is probably when we met him, maybe.
Okay.
But we did go in 2013.
Okay.
I was working at Ford.
I must have blocked that out for some reason. I don't know why.
We didn't get there till like 1 in the morning on Friday, and then we left Saturday and came home.
Okay. That was when we left early.
Yeah.
Oh, Dirk, cool. You started a channel. That's awesome. So are you doing live streams, or are you just recording videos and uploading them? Yeah, I think Giallo people like certain other types of like directors and well, especially directors. I've noticed it's hard to get certain ones in the areas where we can go to. So, I think we miss out on a lot of stuff. And then when it seems like we're going to finally get somebody, like Sam Raimi was supposed to come to Horror Hound or something. Hold on just a second, guys. Reggie, is that supposed to be open? Yeah. Okay. But anyway, I think we were supposed to get Sam Raimi for Horror Hound maybe 2 years ago or so. And he got the gig doing the new Doctor Strange movie, and he wasn't able to be there for that. And I was so excited. I was like, I'm finally going to meet Sam Raimi. And then I didn't, unfortunately, get to. Rye, you say you going to watch any movies tonight, Dana? Maybe, as long as where I had the tooth extracted behaves enough for me to. But I do need to make some cupcakes for Easter tomorrow to take to my parents' house, and also some. Steve thinks I'm crazy, but I was gonna dye some Easter eggs I don't know how many of you guys, like when you were kids, you dyed Easter eggs with your mom or whatever, but we always used to do that every year with mom growing up. And so even though I don't have any kids of my own, I just consider it a tradition to want to dye Easter eggs. I get just a cheap carton of eggs and dye them for Easter. But I may, Rye, if I don't actually get to sit down and watch something, I'll probably have something in the background on my my Echo Show in the kitchen. That's got the bigger screen. I got one of the newer ones for the kitchen. So sometimes if I'm cooking in there, I will have something going on in the background. Usually a horror movie is what I like to watch. Durkee said, I've done one live with Brad Category 3 and me, and I've uploaded one review of Antichrist the Tempter. Cool. Me and Steve just watched that again. I figure he probably showed this at some point or another. That he got it from the Kino Lorber sale. And I hadn't seen it for a while, so it was interesting to be able to watch it again. Despite the scene where she's licking the butthole of this poor goat. That seems just sort of bizarre and disgusting to me. Dirk, you say you can finish Midsummer and rewatch Hereditary. Yeah. I might want to wait for that until the side of the extraction heals all the way.
Why?
Before I put myself through the rest of Midsummer and try to rewatch Hereditary.
Yeah.
John, you say Cadbury cream eggs for the win. Yeah, I've been more of a jelly bean person. You
Every
can
time.
ask Steve. Well, I didn't get them this past time at
Wow.
the grocery, but usually...
You're so brave!
Don't say that.
You're so brave, Dana! Not getting the jelly beans.
Well, actually, Rye, I got some eggs that were like under $1. I think they were like 89 cents at Meijer. I mean, I wouldn't suggest getting that cheap of eggs to like cook with, but if you're just gonna dye them and then throw them away after Easter's over, I would highly recommend getting the cheapest ones you can. But John, I was saying I've always been more of a jelly bean girl for Easter. I get bags of Brock's jelly beans on up until
you got so
Easter.
many frozen pearl onions in the freezer?
We probably need to throw those away because I got them, I think, either by accident. Why is Steve asking me about pearl onions when I'm doing this live
This is important. I can't wait. Look at your thing over there. Isn't it time to shut it down?
Just shake the mouse around a little bit. Or hit enter or whatever. No, but you had that open, so. Sorry, guys, for the disruption.
With
Steve,
disrespect.
but, Steve, if you want to get rid of the pearl onions, just throw them away.
No.
Well, then why'd you ask me about them then?
Is this your mouse? IT professional with...
I'm taking that to my new job.
No. That's one of your answers. Is no. You have a no.
Yes, dear.
What, I'm upsetting you?
Texas, you say Steve likes Giallo beans? Yeah. I guess if there were Giallo beans, he would like them. I got Steve that.
Well, it was a second.
It was a second choice because I got him a Blu-ray burner and he didn't want it after he said he wanted one. Then when I got it for him for Christmas, he said, "What am I going to do with it?"
Your baby cool.
And so we ended up sending it back and got him something else.
But guess who got a Blu-ray burner?
I did. And hopefully I'll have some time.
How many Blu-rays have you burned?
0.
Well, that's worth it. That's a good buy then, huh?
Steve, go sit down somewhere. Not there. Now he's just making me laugh. Rye, you say, have you tried the Brock's Thanksgiving dinner or taco truck jelly beans? I have not. I hadn't even heard of those, Rye. I mean, have you tried them? Are they any good? I tend to like, the fruit flavors, and I'll get some people think this is gross, but I take after my granddaddy, in licorice. So I'll get, some of the classic jelly beans. Then I'll get the licorice jelly beans, the all black jelly beans, and people are like, "Ew, you like those?" And then I also get the spiced ones. I really like the spiced ones as well, but I hadn't been able to get the spiced ones at Kroger this year. I had to get those at Walmart. And the all licorice jelly beans I had to get at Walmart as well. And I also like, Steve thinks I'm childish here too, but I always get a small chocolate rabbit for myself every Easter. And I asked him if he wanted one of the Reese's chocolate rabbits, and he said, "No, I don't need a chocolate rabbit because I'm an adult." And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I mean, adults can eat them too. I'm not saying we got to get a 5-foot tall chocolate rabbit or anything, but I always get me one, I get my dad one, and I get my 2 nephews a small one as well. Now I usually get sugar-free ones for both my dad and I because my dad's diabetic now. And Russell Stover's used to have just regular, sugar-free chocolate rabbits, and they were very, very good. And then they stopped having those, and then they had the sugar-free break-apart rabbits where they were segmented and you could actually break them into little pieces. But now they don't even have those. So I just had to get me a small Hershey's chocolate rabbit, and also got my dad a small Hershey's chocolate rabbit. And I told Mom, I said, just tell Dad not to go whole hog on it, and, eat a little piece of it at a time, and that way hopefully it won't bring his blood sugar up too much. But I also like the Hershey's eggs, the Robin's eggs, just, I think, a lot of people have an affinity for Christmas candy and Valentine's candy and stuff, but I think probably my favorite holiday for candy besides Halloween, when you get multiple different types of candy, is Easter. Right, you say they aren't the best. Some are okay. Just one of those gimmicks. I'm a Starburst jelly beans person. Oh, yeah, I hadn't had any Starburst ones this year, but I've had them in the past, and they're good as well. I like the, what are they? The Jelly Belly? I don't know. They're those gourmet jelly beans. I like those, too. I used to be able to go in the mall and get bags of those suckers. And Steve got me those one year for Easter when we were dating. And remember when you got me those, Steve?
Yeah.
You tried to go to the gym on Easter Sunday and they weren't open.
What'd I get you?
Jelly Belly. Jelly beans, the gourmet ones. You got me a whole bag of them, remember?
Yep. I'm by the pound.
He probably doesn't
I
remember.
do remember. They used to have them in Myers where you could get.
Yeah, but I didn't think you went to Myers, but
I did.
maybe you did.
I did.
Okay.
You remember?
It was why are you bringing stuff back here? And why didn't you talk about this when you were doing stuff? Steven. I'm going to call him Steven like his family calls him Steven. Dirk, you say it's crazy where the dying of eggs came from. I'm not sure if I know where that came from, Dirk. I mean, I may have heard about it in the past and just forgot. You can feel free to refresh my memory if you like. I hope it's not some kind of weird, bizarre ritual. Red, you say you overheard your neighbor say she has COVID, but her crazy ass has family at her house for the weekend. Yeah, unfortunately, Red, a lot of people still do not take this COVID thing seriously. But you know, I'm trying to take it seriously. We've got, you know, those free tests that, at least in the United States, Biden said you could send for, and we got like 2 boxes each with 2 tests in there. And if I test positive for them, of course I'm going to stay away from everybody. You know, it's kind of hard to stay away from Steve, but, you know, if I am feeling real sick or anything, I just, you know, generally will sleep on the couch or whatever and try not to cough or sneeze or anything on him. But I just don't understand people that still don't take this whole COVID thing seriously and don't care anything, evidently don't care anything about protecting their family members from, you know, there's people that have died from this stuff. I mean, and I think all of us in here realize that, but unfortunately these other people that are anti-vaxxers or think this is all a conspiracy thing, and you know, but it's real. I mean, my parents got COVID even after they got their vaccine, but I told my mom, I said, just think how much worse it would have been if you hadn't had your vaccine and you got it. Steve has hopped up on beanies. He's hopped up on something, Texas. I don't know exactly what it is, but maybe he's just high on life. I don't know. I hope so, anyway. Hey, Blair. Texas, I didn't ever get to see if you had put anything else about your package. Had you had a chance to look at your candles? I just wanted to make sure everything was still intact and everything as far as the candles. Because if there's anything damaged with them, I'll be glad to replace it for you. Steve? You know, the time to do this stuff would have been when you were doing your part.
It's on my part. You'll hear about my good graces. So I'll turn this off and you'll be done.
Yeah. Whatever.
Give Paul Nash a kiss.
I don't want to get Paul Nash greasy. He's a greasy Spanish dude with beards and stuff. But anyway, oh, they did look great. Did they smell good too, Texas? I'm hoping they smell good because you picked 2 pretty good scents. And when I was making the candles, I was like, "Ooh, these smell good." I'm gonna have to make me some more. So far I've only made myself one, and I made my mom one, which I'm going to take to her tomorrow for Easter. You like the stickers? Did you like the one Steve had me throw in for the captain's quarters? These stickers. These actually were not made by me. I think he got those from Sticker Mule or whatever, and he kind of laughed at me. He said, "You can't make stickers like Sticker Mule." Well, so what? Those are probably die-cut stickers. No, I can't, but I already showed them, dear. Texas said the stickers are awesome. You didn't make that.
I got it.
So I got one too. And I got one of I got one of Peter Bart biting his mom's booty off too.
I took these posters out of my Arrow releases.
Why'd you do that? Are you gonna frame them?
I'm just gonna get rid of them.
You're gonna get rid of them?
I think they're DVDs.
Oh, so you took the posters out, but you're gonna get rid of the DVDs?
I think yes.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Well, yes, the captain is great, but Texas, you don't have to live with him. That's Oh, and the candles smell amazing. Well, good. Have you had a chance to actually light them yet, or have you just opened the top on them and smelled them? Because I mean, I think they smell good when they're burning, but when I first started making them and made the first one was one I made for myself, I don't think I quite put enough essential oils in there. But on the later ones, I put more essential oils in there because I just think overall it makes the scent better. So yours got plenty of drops of essential oils in them, and the one I fixed for Darcy the mail girl, she got the vanilla sugar scent, and boy did that one smell good after I made it. And she wanted Ernie the bearded dragon on the top of her candle, so I got that one shipped out to her several weeks ago. You haven't lit them on fire yet? Okay. You know, some people don't even like to light their candles, which is cool. Some people just like to open them up and let the scent come out, and then they'll cover them back over. For next time, because I guess they just don't want to, because once the wick gets burned down so far, if you don't have a wick to replace it with, of course you're just going to be stuck. These are pretty long wicks that I use in these candles, but of course you have to trim them off once everything solidifies in there and stuff. Oh yes, the cotton candy. That was one of my favorite ones. Makes you want to actually go out and get some cotton candy. It's like those the scented wax cubes that I get from my wax warmers. They have like cupcake smelling ones, and oh my gosh, it makes me just want to bake a batch of cupcakes and eat every single one of them, which unless they were sugar free, that wouldn't be too good of an idea for me to do. But is there anything anybody wants to ask me while I'm on here, or comment on, or make suggestions for one of my future live streams? Any of that good stuff. And again, I'm sorry I'm eating, guys, but I was eating my dinner whenever Steve asked me if I wanted to come back here. And I'm on these infection pills because I had the tooth pulled, so I gotta eat something when I take the infection pills. Otherwise, it's gonna make me sick to my stomach. So, but You guys can throw anything at me you want while I'm on here for a little bit longer. I will probably have to get off here soon if I'm going to get those Easter cupcakes made.
Oh, priorities. Eating with Dana.
Yeah, that's right, Dirk. Oh, Blair wants me to do my cooking show.
Dinner with Dana.
I do want to do that, but I would probably have to have Steve film me.
You could do it with your phone. Set your phone up somehow.
Well, I just thought it'd be easier if you, like, film me. I have to pay you. I ain't gonna pay you.
Okay.
Not for that.
Fine.
But,
we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. I have to be scared now, everybody. But, Blair, I would like to do a cooking show. I know I got y'all, some of y'all anyway, thinking about that back when I made the My Bloody Valentine cupcakes, and people were interested in how I made those, which really, they weren't all that complicated. And I would love to you know, show that to you guys, because it's basically something I came up with. You know, I already had the homemade recipe for the chocolate cupcakes, and I thought, well, I'll just, you know, get some buttercream frosting, dye it red with the gel food coloring, and I added a few little extra things, and then of course I made the little miniature pickaxes and put those in there, and unfortunately the pickaxes weren't edible, but Red, I have ate both of those. You say yikes. But see, the circus peanuts, I think around here they basically came out with two different types. There were like the pink ones, and then there were the orange ones. I didn't much care for the orange ones, but the pink ones I like. The Peeps, I have to really be in a mood for those, because I'm not a real huge marshmallow fan. You know, occasionally I will like to roast marshmallows when I roast hot dogs and have a weenie roast and all that. But I have to really, really be in the mood for Peeps to eat them. And if I'm in the mood for them, they're fine. But if it, you know, I just think, well, I'm just going to try one. I'm not really in the mood for them. They're just not going to hit the spot. My dad used to like to get circus peanuts all the time. Of course, most of the time he would get the orange ones. And then my Uncle Scotty, my dad's brother, he liked Peeps. I remember him liking Peeps at Easter time, so I guess it's kind of in our blood a little bit. Red, you say, by the way, there's a channel called Candy Owl. He reviews stuff I never heard of. Oh, cool. I may have to check that out. You know, I'm always on the lookout for new things. And even if I can't buy them around here, maybe I could find them online where I could purchase them. There used to be a place online, stupidcandy.com, that had a lot of unusual type of candy. I don't know if they're still in business or not. I haven't tried to go on their site for a while. But did anybody ever eat milkshake cupcake, or not cupcakes, milkshake Kit Kats? Because I'm a huge fan of Kit Kats in general, and many moons ago, there was something called milkshake Kit Kats, and I was able to find them at like either Dollar General or the Dollar Tree or something, and then I saw them for a very short time, and Then they were just gone, and I've never seen them again. But I loved those things. I absolutely loved them. I'm just trying to get the last little bit of the soup, guys. But, two, I got some, I've had some chocolate from Germany that somebody brought back one time when they, went on a trip there. Um, I had a supervisor here at one of the branches of the Louisville Free Public Library that was Canadian. And when she went back to visit family, she brought us a bunch of Canadian candy back. And that stuff was good too. Goblins, you say you can eat a couple of circus peanuts, maybe half a peep. Yeah, that's not something that I can go whole hog and eat a whole bunch of. Not like jelly beans or something like that. Oh, Texas, I saw the key lime and the Fruity Pebbles Kit Kats. I think I've tried the key lime and I liked it pretty well. What's your take on the Fruity Pebbles ones? Did you like the Fruity Pebbles Kit Kats? But Steve's not a big fan of Kit Kats, and he's not a big fan of Rolos either. But I like both of those things. I actually got some kind of pudding that unfortunately it was on, I think it was on closeout, which means they probably don't have anymore now. But it was Rolos pudding, and boy, was it good. I'm making myself hungry just thinking about this stuff. Um, Actually, my gum feels like it's gonna like expel something, um, which the dentist told me because of how difficult it was to get the pieces of this tooth out, that I might have like broken particles of it that might come to the surface, and I think that might be what's happening, and that might be what's causing this irritation and the slight pain that I'm having. Um, yeah, the key lime. I remember liking the key lime really well. Dirk, I have never ate chocolate covered ants or crickets. I just, you know, uh, you might not even be able to notice that that's what it is. Um, but it just bothers me the thought that I would be eating a chocolate covered insect. Um, my bearded dragon might enjoy them. I don't know, but there was there's a young guy that does these videos on reptiles, and one time he ate. I don't know if they were like ants or what they or crick. No, I think they were crickets, and they had like sour cream and onion crickets, and there were several different packets, and he was trying them on camera. Seems like they're acting like he's throwing up. Um, but then I thought that him and his buddy one time like cooked a bunch of like feeder insects that you would feed to lizards and stuff. Cooked them up and they ate them or something, or the one guy ate them. It was like, ugh, I don't think I want to do that. Um, Dirk, you say they do some strange things in the swamplands. Well, evidently they do some strange things other places too. Because I think this guy that does the videos, I want to say he's in South Carolina. Um, so maybe they do some weird stuff there too. Fried alligator tail. Is it? You say that's good, Dirk? Um, I don't know if they've had alligator tail or what it is, but there's this place called the Hungry Pelican here in Louisville, and I've never ate there, but I saw at least once that they had alligator on the menu. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go when they have it, and I'll try it and see how it is. Um, but some people eat snake and all kinds of things too. So all kinds of other critters like that. Um, I've heard people mention they eat iguana eggs, and I don't know. I just that really does not seem appetizing to me. It's great. Okay. Well, maybe I can try it at some point. Maybe if we go by the Hungry Pelican. We used to go by it more when I worked at the Fern Creek branch of the library, but then, when we weren't going past that area much, I didn't think about it anymore. But I know Darren brought up a good idea for me to do a stream on, but I've got to watch and or rewatch a few films before I actually do that. Was he wanted me to do one on New York City slashers, which I thought was an excellent idea, and I do have that in the back of my mind, back of my brain there, um, to do an upcoming one on that. Hoghead cheese. Now, is that something different than boar's head? I know there's boar's head cheese around here, um, and it's super expensive, but it's good though. Um, I know I've seen it advertised too, but we also have it in places like the fancy Kroger's, as me and Steve call it, um, because there are some Kroger's that are a little bit larger and have more things in them, like they have sushi chefs in them and stuff like that. I think there's one over on, oh gosh, is it J Town or I don't know. I can't remember now. I think maybe the Kroger's is over on Hurstmore, but a Pam Grier retrospective, Texas. That is interesting. Yeah, Steve might be able to help me with that. Steve and I actually met Pam Grier a few years ago, and she was really cool. It's like I wasn't even planning on going up and meeting her, not because I don't like her in movies. It's just that Steve seemed to be the one that really wanted to meet her, and I kind of didn't want to, take away from his experience. But she was just so nice. She wanted to take several different pictures with it, and she said, like, let's do a Christmas card shot and stuff. And so she was really, really cool. I would highly recommend. Uh, and I'm hoping Pam Grier ain't passed away or anything like that, because here I'm saying, oh, you should go up and meet her if you see her at a convention. So if she has and I'm just not aware of it, please excuse my faux pas there. Um, um, Dirk, you say it's the same thing. Okay. Red, you want to know if there's anything good on TV tonight? If not, I'll just watch Better Call Saul. Well, I know Steve said he's going to watch Svengoolie later. I think it's on about 8 o'clock Eastern time. Um, but I don't know. Red, do you like Svengoolie? Or do you have a way to watch it? Oh, Dirk, don't tell me that. It's made from a cow or a pig head. I just thought it was called boar's head because just because that was the brand name of it. I had no idea. So is that like head cheese or something then? Like they talk about on Texas Chainsaw Massacre? But well, guys, I mean, I'll stay on here for a few more minutes if y'all want to bring anything else up or ask me anything else or anything like that. So there's no real cheese in it. So I guess it probably is like head cheese because on Texas Chainsaw Massacre they said that they took the ligaments and the eyes and everything and like put all that stuff together and head cheese. Okay. Right, we live over 3 hours away from them. So, needless to say, we don't get to visit that neck of the woods very often because Steve's days of wanting to drive long distances, I think, are about over. So, I mean, we've been in that area at least a couple of times, and Steve, I think, more than me because I think he went to. Yeah, he did. He went to Dark Woods, and I didn't get to go to that, but I went with Steve back when they were doing those things at the Strand and having those screenings. I think I went when they showed Madman there. And we also came and stayed with CK and his wife. I think that may have been the time we came for WrestleMania or something, and like CK cooked out, he grilled out and stuff, so that was fun. Let's see. Darren, what films do we watch at Easter? Well, there's that one like Easter Bunny Massacre or whatever. I assume you're asking about horror movies in general, but those kind of things like Easter Bunny Massacre, I'm really not interested in. I guess you could watch Donnie Darko. There is a rabbit creature in that movie. Night of the Lepus, I guess. I guess Easter's one of those weird holidays where I don't usually have a set of horror movies picked out to watch, and I probably really should. I think, what is it, Critters 2, I think, has an Easter egg hunt in it. Yeah, okay, Ben just mentioned Critters 2 is an Easter movie. I guess in answer to your question, Darren, there are some that potentially I could watch at Easter, but for some odd reason, I don't usually set aside movies to watch for Easter. I tend to watch my April Fool's Day movies all month for April, which I need to rewatch Killer Party again because I didn't get to watch it on April Fool's Day. Dirk, you want to know how do we watch Svengoolie? Steve, is that on MeTV? Svengoolie?
It is.
Okay, well, Dirk was asking how do we watch it.
We have an antenna.
Oh, yeah.
We could actually just use one of those little flat antennas in the house, but I have one on our chimney, and I use something called a home run, HD home run, which allows us to put the antenna over my network, and then there's an app that picks it up, and then you can watch the local channels.
How is the quality now? Because I know the quality wasn't too good at one time.
I mean, it's HD. We live in the same city, so it's not. Everything's fine. It's you have to pay for a DVR like $35 a year.
I think Brandon needs to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren, I can't think of too many Easter horror movies either.
But our buddy Scott Pliskin, Scott's Wrestling Collection or something like that, he has a if you're on YouTube, you can kind of put in Svengoolie or something. You might find it. He was.
Oh, does he put the show?
He was putting up every show, so you could watch Svengoolie on there. Me TV, yeah, it's just it's a broadcast channel, but I mean, you might have it on cable, but they still have broadcast television, so.
Texas, you say, I'm thinking of watching Rosemary's Baby and playing some Black Sabbath backwards tomorrow. Oh, boy. You gonna play with fire, aren't you, Texas? Playing Black Sabbath backwards? What was it they did on Trick or Treat? Gene Simmons played. He said they were going to play that first cut backwards for Halloween, and then he says crank it up. Because the only reason I'm thinking about that now is because Steve and I were listening to this group called Acid Witch, I think, and several years ago they covered a lot of the rock horror movie songs from Rocktober Blood, songs from Black Roses, songs from Trick or Treat. It's pretty cool if you've never listened to them or heard of them. Acid Witch, like I said, I believe that's their name. You cut the cord a couple of years back. Yeah, we ended up cutting the cord too because it was just outrageous, the price that the cable was for what you actually got. It just wasn't. It wasn't worth it, and Steve and I have avenues to watch almost everything anyway, so there really wasn't. It got to the point where Steve was like, why am I paying for this? So, yeah, we officially cut the cord several years back, too. But, you know, with all the movies we've got and the streaming stuff and the Steve's ability to download things and you know, then you got things like Pluto and Peacock and you know, there's any number of avenues where you can watch stuff that you want to watch without paying these outrageous prices to the cable company, I'll be honest. But I think everybody's pretty much realizing that by this point. But, guys, unless you have anything else, it's a little bit before 8. I think I'm going to have Steve come back here and cut this off for the night. But, thank y'all for hanging out with me for a little bit. And, sorry that I haven't been quite all there. But like I said, with the thing with the teeth and stuff like that, or the hole in my gum, I've just been kind of off a little bit. Steve, Dirk, you say you can do so much just through a fire stick. Yeah, a lot of people have moved to fire sticks. And Ben, you say you haven't had cable since you moved out of your parents' house. Yeah, I think people are just realizing how ridiculous the cable companies are anymore, and they just don't want to deal with that, right, Steve?
Yeah.
But guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will more than likely see everybody after Easter at some point. Yeah, everybody have a great Easter, as Darren says. Well, you're welcome, Texas, and he said thank you to you too, Steve. But bye, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. Happy Easter.
Yeah. Get out of here.
I'm getting out of here. You better get your phone.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. It is over. Good night.